Hi, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today I am going to talk to you about a test that I took. It's been about 2 years now that I took this test. So, okay, I know I'm a procrastinator. It's taken me 2 years to post this video. But I sent in my DNA sample to this company that is called DNA Fit, and they analyzed it and analyzed my genes, and then they gave me a report on things related to diet and fitness. And I decided to break up the video so that it wouldn't be too long. One video on diet, one video on fitness. And this video is actually going to be on the diet aspects. If you're interested in doing this test, I guess, I am pleased with the results and everything. The test is really expensive. It's like I don't even want to tell you how much it costs, because you probably think I was crazy, and you're probably right. But I was going through this phase where I was just kind of, a DNA junkie and just doing all these DNA tests, and I even did like one on Ancestry and did a DNA analysis on my my ethnicity, and then I tested like my whole family, my mother, my father, my children, and everyone. So this video is gonna be just focusing on the diet aspect of it. So they're going to tell me things about my sensitivity to carbohydrates, my sensitivity to saturated fats and salts. Am I lactose tolerant or intolerant? Do I need to hide from things with gluten in it? What about alcohol and caffeine? What effects does it have on my body? So these are things that I'm going to share with you today, and actually I'm going to get started with it. I needed to do a voiceover, so I'm just going to show you the report on the screen, and I just recorded a voiceover so that I can kind of explain my thoughts about it as I go through it with you. So hope you enjoy it, hope you find it interesting. Okay, so first on the agenda is my carbohydrate sensitivity, and as you can see, it says I have a high right here, a high sensitivity to carbs. And when they're talking about carbs, they're not talking about like your fruits and vegetables. They're talking about refined carbs, your potatoes and rices and pastas and breads, all the good stuff. So you can see that I have a high, it says down here, it says you have a medium high sensitivity to carbohydrates. This is an overall measure of the potential effects of your combined genotype on aspects such as carbohydrate metabolism and assimilation, short-term glucose fluctuations, and longer-term insulin sensitivity. Now, I do have diabetes in my family on my father's side, and so it is a little concerning to me when I see that I am sensitive to the carbohydrates, and that which means that I don't metabolize them as well or as much as someone in the average range, and they're talking about the effects on short-term glucose fluctuations and longer-term insulin sensitivity. So that's something that I have to watch out for, because I do have that in my family, where I have on my father's side, my father's diabetic, I have uncle who's diabetic, so it's kind of there and probably in my genes. So that's something that I need to be careful of. And also, this goes along with another test that I took, and actually my own observations and my body, and how my weight has been going up and down depending on what I'm eating. If I'm being carb heavy one day, then it seems like my weight kind of fluctuates. It might go up a little bit, or I just don't burn them as well as I do other macronutrients. So that is something that I have noticed, and it actually went along with another test I took, which I'm going to talk about in another video. But you can see that it says that I should consume a maximum of 8% of my daily calories through refined carbohydrates, and aim for a glycemic load of maximum of 80 per day. And then they go through a list of for glycemic load and a glycemic index. And so they give you a list of some foods, and you can go online and get a list of other foods too, and what their glycemic load is in the glycemic index. And this is basically the effect that each of the foods has on your blood sugar. So ones that are higher have a higher glycemic load or glycemic index. And really, I think you should look at the glycemic load more than the glycemic index, because the load tells you more. The glycemic index just tells the effect it has on your blood sugar, but the glycemic load is actually the difference is that something could be high on the glycemic index but low glycemic load, because you would need to eat a lot of it in order for it to really affect your blood sugar as much. But anyway, they give you a list there. And then now the second is the saturated fat sensitivity. This is how well my genetics affect the way my body deals with fats. And I have a low sensitivity to fats, which means that my body basically will metabolize the fats better than the carbohydrates, which I told you a minute ago that I actually noticed, or I actually got the same result when I took a different test, and it kind of coincided with this. And it says down here that I should consume a maximum of 10% of my daily calories through saturated fat. And remember, it said 8% for the carbohydrates, 10% for the fats. And it says, then they just kind of give you some information about the fats, saturated fats, um, and give you action points right here. Okay, I'm just going to skip that and I'm going to go on because I don't want this video to be too long. And this says detoxification ability. And this is basically my risk of DNA damage from smoked or char-grilled meat. So basically, I should not be eating smoked or char-grilled meats cooked at high temperatures, as it says right here. And well, not saying that I shouldn't eat it at all, but it should be limited. Which, you know, it would be wonderful. I love like barbecuing, barbecued meats. It's just wonderful, but the thing about it is I basically don't eat it very much anyway, so I guess it's okay. Cruciferous vegetable requirements, okay? And basically they're just saying that I need to eat them. I need to have them. All right, antioxidant need. So, you know, I have a raised antioxidant need. You see down here, they show your genes. I mean, the alleles and the analysis of your genes. And you see right here, I have a raised antioxidant need, which means that I really need my antioxidants more than probably the person in the average range. And there are antioxidants helps fight against free radicals. They're molecules that help fight against the free radical molecules that are very dangerous, that are out there and very dangerous to you. And I'm going to read what it says down here. I need to make sure that I get my vitamins A, C, and E. It says vitamins are made up of organic molecules essential for normal metabolism, growth, and cell function. Because our bodies generally can't create vitamins, it's important to aim for adequate vitamin intake in our diet. As part of a healthy eating plan, we advise plenty of foods that are rich in vitamins A, C, and E to lessen the effects of oxidation. So I need to, some examples of foods rich in vitamin A are dark leafy greens such as kale and spinach, which is good because I like to put spinach in things. Vitamin C, which can be found in citrus fruits, which I eat. Broccoli, yeah, I love broccoli. And chili peppers. And then you have almonds and avocados. Sunflower seeds are great sources of vitamin E, which, ooh, I love almonds. I eat almonds all the time, which is good. All right, now moving on, omega-3 need. And my omega-3 need is pretty much normal, so I'm about average in my need for omega-3s. And one thing I do not really eat, I don't like seafood. I will eat salmon croquettes. I grew up on that, so that's about the only thing seafood related that I will eat. But I do eat flaxseed, which has omega-3s in it, not as much as seafood, but it does have it in there, and I eat it every day, every single day, because I eat my cereal every morning, and I make sure that I put the about 2 tablespoons of flaxseed in my cereal every morning. So I'm pretty much, they recommend that I have it. I think they said, where is it? Okay, plan to eat between 2 to 5 servings of omega-3 rich foods per week. I probably get my flax seeds every day, and maybe I might eat salmon, not even every week, but maybe every, I don't know, not even every 2 weeks, probably every 3 weeks. But okay, well, at least I'm getting my flax seeds in there. But it's not a raised need, it's just a normal need. So besides that, as there are omega-3s in vitamins, my supplements that I take, so I think I'm good. Now, vitamin B needs. I have a raised need for vitamin B, which the DNA tip says that I should. It says folate can be found in high doses in offal, such as liver. Oh, I love liver. That's good news. I love liver. And it says beef, lamb, pork, avocados, whole grains, and dark green leafy vegetables such as spinach. Well, let me see. I love the beef and the lamb I like, but I just don't ever really eat it. I like some pork. Well, I like bacon. It might not be so great, but I like it. And my dark green leafy vegetables, which is good. And vitamins B6 and B12 are found naturally in foods as asparagus, yuck, chickpeas. I'm gonna try those. I haven't eaten any. Eggs, love eggs, eat them all the time. And peanuts. Don't really eat peanuts, but not against peanuts. Uh, so there are opportunities for me to get my omega-3s. Now, vitamin D. I just have a normal need for vitamin D, and they suggest that as long as I'm getting my sunlight, go out at least 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week to get that sun when the weather allows, that's good. And also it says resistance training such as lifting weights, which I do, is useful for promoting bone growth. And I did have my bone density tested when in another test, which I'm going to make a video about soon, and I'm going to tell my results there. And it also says, also fortified foods are major dietary sources of vitamin D, most commonly breakfast cereals and milk, which, yes, I get that. All right, now, salt and alcohol and caffeine sensitivity. First of all, salt. I have a raised sensitivity to salt, yes, and I know that I have to really watch it because I have high blood pressure on my mom's side, so I don't want to go down that road. And I used to dump a lot of salt on my food. I mean, I used to just, especially my breakfast cereal I eat every morning, I would just go to town and just dump like tons and tons of salt on it. And I have very, 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 very drastically decreased my salt intake. I mean, I don't even, probably a fourth of what I used to put in, or less, I will put in my cereal. So it suggests here less than 2,200 milligrams a day of sodium. So I have really, I don't know if I've really measured it. But like how much should but I think I'm gonna try to measure it to make sure. But I stopped. I used to season everything with salt, all of my meat, but I've stopped doing that. So um, I think that I might be good. And it said that my genotype has a possible predisposition to hypertension when salt consumption is excessive. And since, yeah, I probably do have a predisposition because my mom has hypertension, so that's something that I need to watch out for because I don't want to go down that road. Okay, and um, alcohol response. Actually, they say that my alcohol, I think I have reduced beneficial effect of alcohol and cholesterol, which, none of this really concerns me at all because I don't drink, so I guess I don't really care that much about it. So I'm just gonna skip over that. And caffeine sensitivity, and they're talking about, they said, as we all know, we primarily get caffeine from coffee, but also from energy drinks, tea, and certain medicines. Now, here's the thing. I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee, never have. I don't drink energy drinks, and I don't drink tea because I really don't like tea either. So basically, this isn't really concerning me at all. And medicines, I mean, it's not like I take medicine on a regular basis, if ever. So, that is not really concerning to me. Someone else, maybe someone out there has, I know a lot of people are big coffee and drinkers and also drink energy drinks, so they may be a little more interested in that, but that is something that the diet report offers. And then lactose intolerance. It says I have a low lactose intolerance, which means that I am in fact tolerant to lactose, which means that I can drink dairy milk, which is good news because all growing up I drank dairy milk and I love dairy milk, and it's probably what's helped give me nice strong bones. But the thing about it is that I really have stopped since I've started watching my calories. I have stopped drinking the dairy milk and I have switched to almond milk. And so just because it's 100 less calories, so even though I am tolerant to it and I am able to drink it, it's nice to know that. I just have been choosing not to lately, just to reduce the amount of calories that I've been getting. Okay, now celiac disease. That is measuring whether I have a gluten tolerance or intolerance, and it is saying that negative. It's a negative result, which means that I do not have a predisposition to celiac disease, and is extremely unlikely to develop. Chances are less than 1 in 2,000. So, which means that I probably, all of the, oh, stay away from gluten this and gluten free that, and, I don't have to really avoid those things, but probably I've been avoiding a lot of things anyway with gluten in it because I've been changing my diet. So there you have it. That is my diet report, and next video I am going to be sharing with you my report on my fitness. So hopefully you will stay tuned to that, and thank you for watching.